What's up, everyone? In my last video, I just went over how to install Google Analytics 4 and specifically how to install it using Google Tag Manager. So follow that video if you want to watch this video and you don't have that step done yet. If you have Google Analytics 4 installed and you have Google Tag Manager also set up, then you are ready to do this next video, which is going to be how to track phone calls into Google Analytics 4 from your website. Now, there are limitations to this using the Google Tag Manager method, and if you're truly looking for something that's going to allow you to track every single phone call from your website, it does require using a call forwarding tool like What Converts, CallRail, or Call Tracking Metrics. All three of those are good options. I would say CallRail is probably the most popular. What Converts is good for kind of lower budget, a little bit less costly, still works just as well as CallRail. Do you need those things? Truthfully, if your business is built on phone calls, it does help to have more data surrounding phone calls. Most phone calls are happening on mobile phones these days, but desktop devices, I booked a plumber recently and I'm on my computer, I open my phone and I call the number, which unless they're using CallRail or call tracking metrics, they actually can't track where that call came from. So there's no way for them to actually figure out how I became a lead. I was word of mouth. So, it's something that they really can't track anyway. But ultimately, I probably did a Google search beforehand and they don't have even that data that I did a search before they purchased it unless they're using CallRail or call tracking metrics. So this video is not going to cover those things. If you're interested in using those, go to callrail.com. They have a lot of resources where they'll help you set up everything, and pricing starts at about $50 a month to do call tracking on your website. This method will work. It's a good workaround. You don't want to use call forwarding. It's generally how I set it up. I would say 90% of the time. If a client's using CallRail, then we do set that up. But yeah, it's one of those where it depends on the stack that the client's using and what they're comfortable with. Some clients do not want to use call forwarding, which is understandable. So what we're going to do is we're going to come in here to basically install Google Analytics, install Google Tag Manager. This is the actual website we'll be tracking it on. So what we're tracking is anytime somebody comes in, you'll see it right on my homepage, and they actually click on this call button. Now, we really want to track just mobile clicks, and there's ways to do that, but ultimately, there are people that do call these numbers, like click to call on desktop devices and have apps that make phone calls. So there's people with Zoom attached directly to their computer, Skype, all of these different, there's a bunch of different tools where people click to call and call right from their computer. So most people on desktop devices are not going to click this button. I'll show you kind of a workaround to make sure you're not getting too many clicks on this button. But basically what we can do is we're going to come in here to Google Tag Manager, and what we want to do is we want to create a new Google Tag Manager tag. And it's going to be, the way I usually name it is Google Analytics for phone call. Sometimes I'll call it like a mobile click to call. And then I'll do this. So phone call, just like that. So we'll copy this phone call, and then we're going to come over to tag configuration, and it's going to be Google Analytics for event, and the measurement ID, we need to enter our measurement ID here. Our event name, we need to copy and paste. So our measurement ID is actually the measurement ID from our data stream. So if we come over here to data streams, so this is our measurement ID. You can set this up as a variable directly in your Google Tag Manager account. Keep it kind of a little more simple. We'll just do it this way. So measurement ID, event name is going to be phone call. Now we need to set a trigger. So I actually already have my trigger set up. What you need to do is you need to set up a trigger that is, click on the plus sign up here at the top, click right here on this box to open up all of the trigger options we have, and it's click, just links, some link clicks, and there's going to be a variable here. Now, you're not going to have all of these variables automatically, so let's come back over here. We're going to discard these changes. For right now, we're just going to save this. We'll fix the trigger. Go over to variables. This is a good best practice when you set up your Google Tag Manager account. Click on configure, and you can actually click on all of these as different built-in variables that you can track on your website. The built-in variables can be really useful just to see basically what is happening on your website as far as forms, videos, links, clicks, events, custom events, built-in events, like all sorts of different things that you can track. So if we come over here to tags again, and we do the one that we just edited, so this is going to be our few seconds ago down here, Google Analytics for mobile click to call, phone call. And what we're going to do is we're going to set our trigger, not page views all pages, that will not work. Trigger here, and then you click on the plus sign. I usually just name it phone call. Basically what you're tracking is when somebody clicks on that actual button link. I have it linked down here at the bottom. We'll go into the inspect element here. So I have it linked directly to this phone number. So this is the link, is TEL 843-555-7823. Obviously, if you click on it, it's it's not a real URL. Basically what happens when somebody on a mobile phone clicks on this, opens up, and they can call. The problem with this conversion is people can technically click on this and it counts as a conversion. It'll count in Google Analytics 4. The good thing about Google Analytics 4 is it only counts uniques. So if you do get some clicks from desktop devices, generally you're not going to get that many. It's going to be mostly from mobile, and it's going to track calls, clicks on this button, because they are linked with TEL and the phone number. The way I usually do it is just like a link, like an href link like this, and then it's TEL, phone number. There's different ways you can do this, but this generally works. And then, I usually do call and do my phone number again. And then, you close your A tag. So that's kind of how I generally do this link. And then when people click on it, you're just tracking this TEL number. If you have multiple phone calls, you could always do, it's click, just links, some link clicks where the click URL contains, and I just do TEL. You can do the full phone number. I've seen people have it in a way where it's like 999-555, click URL contains this. That is also contained in that URL. So it's good for if you have multiple numbers, tracking them differently. Generally, TEL captures every phone call on the website. So pretty easy way to do it is just like this. This trigger fires when click URL contains TEL. A workaround that you can use is you can say, okay, let's do a plus sign. Fire this trigger when an event occurs and all of these conditions are true. You can say, let's select a variable and let's use on-screen duration. Let's say is greater than. So on-screen duration is actually in milliseconds. So I think 60,000 milliseconds in 1 second. I think my math is right. So 30,000 seconds. Basically what this requires is that the session is at least 30 seconds long and they click on that URL. So sometimes it limits people that come on and click right away. Sometimes it limits if you are getting bots coming on and clicking a link. I don't see that as a major issue. This is generally something I use for performance max campaigns when I'm optimizing for this. And I just continuously increase this number if I really can't get it to work. If I'm getting too many of these conversions from Google Ads, but don't want to go off on a rant. Basically just doing this, and we'll get rid of the 30,000 for now, save it. That will track that correctly into Google Analytics 4. So once those events start coming in, that will start automatically populating into your Google Analytics 4 account. Submit your changes, publish your changes, continue. So now once we do that, we are all set. In Google Analytics 4, the one thing that you can do is go to your admin screen, go to events and create an event. And basically what you can do is you can say, I want to create an event called phone call. We're going to mark it as a key event. You can set default values. So we'll set this as 1. You can count this once per event. So count an event as a key event every time a user interaction happens. Count an event as a key event only once within a particular session. This is what we're going to do for this. So because we don't, somebody calls us 5 times from the same session, I only really want to count that once. It's one customer, it's one lead. I know it's multiple phone calls, but it's one customer. So once per session, count an event as a key event only once within a particular session. If they come back and call again, fine, we'll count it again. So this is create without code, create with code. So we shouldn't have to create this with code. We actually have the code created in Tag Manager. So create without code, data stream where you'd like to track the new event. So identify an existing event to use as the trigger for the new event. This one, a lot of times what I do is I just set this as phone call parameter event name equals phone call. So it's a little confusing, but click on save. So it's a phone call when the event name equals phone call. This is firing an event into it that is phone call. So when this gets fired in, this will now be counted as a key event. So we click on create. This should work properly the way we have it set up. Once per session. Okay. So once we start getting these come in, then we'll be able to optimize for them. The other workaround is if you go to recent events, it'll actually show some of the different events that are coming into your, but if you go to your actual events page, basically if I set up 20 different events in Google Tag Manager, as those events happen and actually come in, they populate within your Google Analytics 4 profile. So this will show 25 events per page. If I set up 10 new events and they start coming in, then it's much easier for me to say, okay, I'm getting a bunch of these leads coming in, and now I can actually come over here and mark it as a key event. So you have events and then you have key events. So you'll kind of see them separated, but key events are obviously things you're optimizing for. Events are just things that happen on your website. Page views, engaged sessions, duration, it could be a few different things, but that's basically the difference between events and key events and how you would optimize for them. So that will wrap up tracking phone calls, basically tracking mobile phone calls into your Google Analytics 4 profile from your website. So that will end this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. My premium members section is $5 a month. You can join on YouTube, Patreon, or School. And keep looking out because I'll have a lot of new content coming out. So thanks again for watching.